Tak vás pěkně vítám u dalšího dílu Let's Playe Broken Sworda jedničky. Potýkáme se s tím, že potřebujeme nějakým způsobem získat trojnožku, mimo jiné z tohoto muzea, která je úzce spjatá s nějakým tajemstvím templářů. My máme do ní i ten drahokam, který jsme našli v Lochmarn na vykopávkách. A potřebujeme teď nějakým způsobem se té trojnožky zmocnit, která je tady skovaná pod nějakým alarmem. Brzy budou zavírat a zároveň i víme, že nejsme sami, kdo má o tyhle ty věci zájem, a dokonce víme, že muzeum bude nejspíš vykradený a už i víme kým a kdo s kým spolupracuje. Každopádně tohle všechno jsou věci, které, pokud začínáte tímhle dílem, vám nic moc neřeknou a bude potřeba se vrátit na začátek, abyste chytili nit. Já se musím přiznat, že jsem trošku zašvihlej a nevím,
Hi, André.
jak to tady teďko pořešit.
Hello, Georgie. Did I show you this gem?
Yes, you did.
Do you have any use for this, André?
Shouldn't think so, Georgie.
Thanks for your help, André.
You're welcome.
Don't open it! Remember, the burning cattle!
No, my si teda asi dáme odchod. Hlídač jenom nezapomněl připomenout, že muzeum brzy zavírá.
A real macho guy would have plunged straight into the spiky, scratchy bushes. Not me. It was a device used for measuring people's blood pressure. It was a handful of plaster left in the castle by Pegram's archaeology team.
No, my na moc míst chodit nemůžeme, můžeme ke kavárně, kde to vybouchlo. Můžeme za Niko, můžeme na policii, můžeme být tady v muzeu. Můžeme na náměstí Mount Fashon, kam nás odkázala krypta vykopávek, kde jsme našli ten diamant a která bude mít nejspíš něco společného s tím vším. Je to i místo, kde byli hromadně pak popraveni všichni rytíři templářského řádu. No, z Paříže odejít nemůžeme, takže všechno budeme řešit teďko tady. Já se ještě zkusím podívat sem. Tady sedí uvědomělý strážník, který nám nedovolí otevřít tenhle poklop. Nevím přesně, jak bychom se toho strážného zbavili. Takže tohle je taková taky věc, která nás tady brání, protože podle mě sestup do toho kanálu bude klíčový a někde tadyhle pod tím náměstím se bude nejspíš skrývat nějaký další tajemství. No, pak jsme si to prohlídli tady v katedrále, kde si sice
I didn't have time to sit around.
můžeme sednout do zpovědních lavic, ale George říká, že na to nemá moc času. Taky si nemyslím, že bychom tu sezením něco dokázali.
Waiting in prayer for the judgment day. Per disciplinum meum lux videbis. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary. Had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
No. Možná, že tohle má nějakou spojitost.
I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Možná, že tady budeme muset něco.
The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
No teď už víme.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. Per disciplinum meum lux videbis. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary. Had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
No. Možná, že to něco na něco ukáže, na něco důležitýho. Už jenom to, že to odkazuje na tuhle tu část okna, bude pravděpodobně důležitý, ale co si zatím pod tím vybavit, těžko říct. Možná, že jsme tady moc brzo a že třeba ten podstavec budeme potřebovat někam dát. Zatím úplně nevím, co s
A
tím.
huge stained glass window formed a magnificent centerpiece for its neighbors.
No, evidentně tu jsme brzy. A tenhle svitek koukající na tu část toho okna bude mít nějakou funkci. Jenom nevím, co teďko přesně udělat, koho vyspovídat a co na koho ještě zkusit.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
Tady Polda si dopřává víno.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Takže tady asi zatím nic. U kavárny to taky nevypadá, že by se dalo ještě něco dělat. Dá se odsaď zavolat. Dá se odsaď... Dá se tady asi pravděpodobně čmajznout ještě něco z toho toolboxu, ale to jsem zkoušela, už nic dalšího si vzít nemůžu.
Hello again.
Yes, Inspector.
Myslím si, že jsme ho vyspovídali dost.
Does this medical apparatus mean anything to you?
Of course, it is a device for measuring blood pressure.
What does this powder mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
I can't say I do, monsieur.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Ah, is it real? It must be worth a small fortune.
A very large fortune, I'd say. Do you know anything about it?
No, monsieur.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, I do. It's that villain I told you about.
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
I have one just the same as that, monsieur. I will fetch it if you like.
No, don't bother.
Oh, it is no bother, monsieur.
Nah, forget it.
Just trying to be helpful, monsieur.
I have to be going.
Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
No point in phoning that guy again.
Hello?
It's George. I'm not sure what I should be doing next.
Neither am I.
Výborně. Hra nejspíš jako celkem slušně zjistila, že tápu. A upínání se k tomu, že by třeba mohla Nicole nějak pomoct, je to tam. Zkusíme se za ní stejně ještě zastavit, jestli na něco nepřijde nebo tak. Nebo jestli se tam třeba náhodou konečně jako nechce objevit Lobinu. Myslím si, že v kanálech už asi nenajdeme nic převratného. Musíme se tam pro jistotu znova podívat.
The door was locked. The fountain had probably been attractive at one time, but now it looked like an old stained urinal. Hello again.
Yes, Inspector.
I have to be going.
Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
See you later.
That's right.
No, tak není toho moc, co teď.
I inhaled deeply, expecting to experience the scent of the flowers. What I got was traffic fumes. Hi.
Hello, George.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. That's the tripod in the Crew Museum. That's the gem that Pegram found in Loch Marne. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. The ninth scroll bears a phrase in Latin, "Through my teachings, you will be enlightened." There's a guy working on a loom. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
No, není tady nic, co by nám nějak ukázalo směr, nebo nám to nějak třeba napovědělo na tom pergamenu. Takže analýza pergamenu zatím zbytečná.
I have to go.
Okay. Good luck.
Takže ještě zkusíme policii, ale tam asi taky nepochodíme, takže s největší pravděpodobností budeme muset rozlousknout to, co se má dít v tom muzeu. Jestli se tam George schová, nebo jak to bude probíhat, až tam dorazí ty 2 lupiči. Těžko říct.
Excuse me.
What do you want now?
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
One moment, monsieur.
Musíme s inspektorem promluvit.
It's Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Thank you, Moo.
Posledně byl inspektor trošku rozrušený tím
What now, monsieur?
tím naším rozhovorem o templářích. Vypadalo to, že se o ně nějakým celkem vážným způsobem zajímá. Ale já už mu nemám co
What do you make of
ukázat.
this, Inspector?
Astounding. Where did you come by a stone like that?
I was given it by a man in a bar in Ireland. Do you recognize the gem?
It is unfamiliar to me. If such a jewel had been stolen, I would know it for sure.
No, když to říkáš.
So long, Inspector.
Takže tady musíme vykoumat nějaký rozuzlení. Protože nikde jinde nic moc nejde. Musíme nějak zaměstnat toho hlídače, aby jsme pootevřeli to okno.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Did I show you this gem?
Yes, you did.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
What can you tell me about the collection of coins?
A rare example of silver coinage from the reign of Philippe le Bel. That little ore lay buried for centuries in a field on the outskirts of Paris. They're unique. Nothing like them has been found anywhere else in Europe.
To nám taky furt říká to samý, nicméně trošičku mě jako zaráží, že je pořád aktivní na tohleto téma mluvit. Takže s tím možná jako něco bude, ale co?
Does this apparatus mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
I found this gem at a medieval site in Ireland.
That means nothing to me, monsieur.
How did you manage to get this job?
I had the right qualifications. A military manner, squeaky shoes, and an irrational hatred of children.
Thanks for your help. A metal rod attached to the wall was connected to the window.
No, monsieur. No et no.
Okay. He was a thin-faced, pallid guy with a questionable...
Do you have a fit?
I just love this.
Že by se musel otočit. Počkáme, až přejde ke dveřím a otočí se, zkusíme do té skříně vlézt.
No, monsieur.
Okay.
No, monsieur.
Tak uvidí nás
Okay.
vždycky, takže takhle to nefunguje. Čím bychom ho zaměstnali?
No, monsieur. No.
Okay. The rod turned smoothly, and the window above me opened.
Aha. Takže když se nedíval, tak můžeme aspoň to okno. Takhle je to. Tak jsme ho zabavili, schovali jsme se.
It is closing time, monsieur Lomino.
Zavíráme.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, monsieur.
Hey, Guido! Look at this!
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight. What the? Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor Georges.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean... it was you who stole the tripod? Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. And how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't sulk, Georgie, please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we've got the tripod. Aren't you going to try putting the gem on the tripod?
I guess so.
No, tak Niko si udělala taky dobrodružný výlet, koukám v noci.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
The gem fits perfectly, but what does that prove?
Maybe the tripod has to be in a certain location.
There's nothing on the manuscript to indicate where, though, is there?
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobineau.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so.
Ale. No my každopádně máme trojnožku.
I have to go.
Already? You only just arrived.
Time and tide wait for no man.
Okay, I'll see you later.
No, já nevím, jestli potom všem se mám zkusit jít podívat do muzea. A musím říct, že ve mně trošku v muzeu zatrnulo, že mě ty dva šmejdi odstřelí, protože jsem úplně nevěděl, jako co udělat. Skočil jsem víceméně za ten totem náhodou, protože jsem věděl, že to má, že je nějak aktivní. No, tak půjdeme se k tomu muzeu přece jenom podívat. Třeba Lobino něco ví. Vrátíme se na místo činu, snad nás tady nikdo nebude z ničeho podezírat, nebo tady třeba nepotkáme inspektora, to by bylo možná trochu nemilý. No, videa.
Pardon me. Oui, monsieur? Oh, it's you. Well, what do you want now? You're not going to try to hide in that closet again, are you?
Ale ne.
I hear your tripod was stolen.
Nothing travels faster than bad news. It is true. It happened last night. I always said that alarm was no good.
What can you tell me about the...
Are you that little... Yeah, you...
Thanks for your... Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
What's with the long face?
Haven't you heard? The tripod was stolen.
No kidding.
I just don't get it. So many other treasures, and the thieves choose the tripod.
A modern-day alchemist, perhaps?
Who knows? There's no shortage of crazies in Paris. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Yeah, She told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
No dobře, ale co ten příběh říká?
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras,
Who's he?
a Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Do you think the manuscript could be the map to the Templar treasure?
Frankly, no. That's too far-fetched. The manuscript is interesting enough and a rare find, but that's all.
Wouldn't it be terrific if it was a map, though? The treasure of the Knights Templar.
A romantic notion, Georgie, but extremely improbable.
Oh, Andre,
Oui?
what would you say if I told you I knew who'd taken the tripod?
I'd call the police and have them arrested.
That's what I thought.
Who was it?
Oh, I don't know, really. It was just a hypothetical question.
That's too bad. If I could get my hands on the thief, I'd wring his neck.
No.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Já si myslím, že trojnožka s drahokamem teď možná bude mít nějakou funkci tam v chrámu na náměstí Montfaucon. Jdeme se tam podívat. Budete mít možná i něco společného s tím svitkem, který je důmyslně schovaným dalekohledem, který pohlíží na to okno. Ježišmarja, tady je nějak moc turistů.
There was a small crowd of 5 sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can take the most intelligent people in the world, put them in their vacation duds, and hey presto, they look like morons. Why is that? The juggler was good. Why he couldn't put that kind of application into getting a real job, I had no idea. Maybe he just liked dressing up like a horse's ass. I had no desire to talk to the crowd. Hey, you with the balls.
Oui?
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No, I am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu! A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitic aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crowned heads of Europe had the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so. That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be? A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, their last Grand Master, Jacques du Molay, was burnt on an island in the Seine in 1314.
Wow. You're pretty well educated for a juggler.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Asi nemá cenu žonglerovi ukazovat věci, které jsem pozbíral. Zkusíme se ještě zeptat tady našeho strážníka, co říká tady na turisty a na novou zábavu, co to
Hello
má.
again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur. Ah, you are a clown.
Do I look like a clown?
No, although you juggle like one. Now, if I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing. And not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Who ever heard of a plain-clothes clown?
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur, you have it.
What do you think of the juggler?
Ah, he is excellent, most watchable.
But he's blocking the thoroughfare and obstructing traffic.
So? He is amusing, the traffic isn't. If he wants to block it, who am I to say no?
You're a cop.
Ah, oui. So I am. Ah, well.
So you're not gonna do anything about this guy?
No.
He probably doesn't even have a license.
Ah, a license. This I had not considered.
So what are you gonna do?
The instant I return to the station, I shall check.
Return to the station? Why not just ask him?
And spoil his concentration? What kind of a barbarian do you take me for?
What do you know about medieval ironmongery? Have a look at this little baby.
A tripod. What is it for?
You mean you don't know?
No, monsieur. Nor do you, I think.
Bylo trošku riskantní mu to ukázat, uvědomil jsem si to příliš
see you
pozdě.
around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
No nic, půjdeme se podívat nahoru, myslím si, že žonglér tady bude mít nějakou svoji úlohu ještě. Kam bychom tady mohli umístit tu trojnožku, nebo co bychom tady s ní mohli vymyslet? A s dramohokamem, jestli na něj posvítí nějaký světlo, nebo tak? Musíme trojnožku dát sem. Ne. Musíme trojnožku dát sem. Ne. Zkusíme na trojnožku dát drahokam?
No way.
Ani nevidím, jako že by sem jako pálilo nějaký
In
světlo.
comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain.
ta trojnožka mohla být?
I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
No. Možná, že tady v chrámu taky ještě nic. Co s tím žonglérem? Že bychom žongléra nějak vyrušili?
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
Look, a red nose.
Oh, you say, whoop-de-doo.
Hi again.
Oui?
I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps?
No, I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Okay, now for my secret weapon. The juggler was speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime, and without a word he collected his balls and left in a fury. Hey! You forgot one of your balls! Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
Skvělá práce. A turisti si doufám půjdou po svých.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
Nebo že bych před nima. Jo, máme míček ještě.
It was the bright red ball I'd got from the juggler.
Že bychom před nima lezli do kanálu.
There was no need to take the wine glass.
Dobrá tedy no. Tak před turisty takovéhle divadlo. Jdeme do kanálu. No, výborně.
A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near.
Co pak, George to chce přeskočit? To snad asi ne.
Okay, it's long jump time.
Ne. Proč si myslím, že to
Here
nedopadne?
Do I look crazy or something?
Tak trochu jo, Georgie.
There were 3 arches, each with an inscription. There were 3 arches. There were 3...
No, něco tady spácháme, ale s tou lodičkou určitě.
The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone. The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence. Close up, I could see a faded inscription. My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, "This is where the gallows used to stand." Maybe. On the boat was a winching machine. There was a handle in the boat that fed out chain with a hook on the end.
No, napadá mě, že bychom si tu loď přitáhli někam, ale... Kam bychom došli s tím navijákem? Umím si představit, že to povolím. A naviják někde za něco zaháknu, ale... Ale za co? Že by za jeden z těch obrazů? Jako, mohlo by být. Ne, tak tady ne. Co jsme tady přehlídli?
On the boat.
No to už víme. No. Tak, naviják asi máme nejspíš moc brzo.
Hey, that's hollow. It was time for some brutal destruction. Close up, I could see the plaster was thinner where I'd broken through, and behind it were some cogs and a lever. Here goes. Hey, cool! Inside the hole, I could see one of the cogs had come loose and jammed the mechanism solid. Inside the hole, I could see one of Nothing hollow there. That sounded pretty solid.
Tak jo, tak zkusíme teda, když se urvalo to ozubený kolo, tak to tady vezmeme navijákem. A asi to teda celý nějak vybouráme. A vypadá to, že to je vchod někam? Někam. Fíha. Tady se dá někam jít.
It would take a blacksmith or an engineer to do anything with that.
Jsme tady někde něco nepřehlídli.
In the beginning was the end. An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness. In the end will be a beginning. An end to our enemies heralds our new day. Report.
The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Good. Mademoiselle?
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction and dissidence is growing. The corporations are becoming too large and complex for their own executives to control them. A blind belief in market forces is accelerating this trend the world over. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
The global population's belief in those that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense of immediacy and action over forethought and planning in all the major governments. They are acting on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Excellent. The tired old governments are dying a slow death from their own incompetence and our machinations. The millennium is almost upon us, and everything is in place for the rise of our new order. Almost. Professor, where is the broken sword?
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is, as a corollary, hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say, our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the sword of Baphomet's location. I have a small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Pegram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin. Plain and simple.
That's not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence! Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty? A trust? When Philippe attempted to destroy the Order, we lost the sword and our power with it. Now we have the opportunity to reforge it. But time is short. We need results, not petty bickering, not excuses. Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course, my apologies. We will find Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
Excellent. What is it?
Well, we're not exactly sure at present.
Ha!
But I have my best people working on it. You would do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our own.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Where was he?
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
Templáři. Já bych si to měl asi savenout. Začíná se nám do toho vnášet trošku světla. Já nevím, jestli tam mám jít dolů. Mám to zkusit. Potřebují Baphometův meč.
Voices from the lit area.
Si myslím, že když dojdeme dolů, tak asi George umře.
This was it. The conspiracy was revealed.
Okay, nobody move. I'm making a citizen's arrest.
At last, I had them. I could see the fear in their eyes as their little scheme came to pieces.
You're all going away for a very long time. And you can just drop those guns. You're impressing nobody.
Dobře. Něco mi říkalo, že také to nefunguje.
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our endeavors come to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition. The new millennium will belong to us. The next time that we meet, it will be to become the princes of this world!
Tak teď bychom dolů mohli jít. Dostáváme se k jádru věci, proč se vlastně ta adventura hraje adventura jmenuje Broken Sword, zlomený meč, Baphometův meč. Tak teď už víme, o co go. Už to ví i George. A dostali jsme pár odpovědí na věci, které zůstávaly trošku otázkou.
No way was I going out there without a boat. There was a large circle marked out on the floor with a stump in the middle. Around the circle I could see words inlaid into the stone. There was a large circle marked out on the floor with a stump in the middle. Around the circle, on the circle's circumference were the Templar seal and 2 Latin phrases. Non omnis moriar and clarior e tenebris. I shall not die completely, the brighter from the darkness. In the middle of the circle was a stump of stone, a shaft of daylight from the world above lancing down to touch it.
Ah.
I noticed 3 small notches around the edge of the stump's top.
Tohle je to správné místo pro naši trojnožku, zdá se. A pro drahokam, na který zasvítí světlo.
The light falling from above struck the gem and scattered in 5 neat rays, and each ray picked out a letter. Starting from the seal, I could read M-A-R-I-B, Marib. Now all I had to do was figure out what the heck that meant. Nico, I've seen them.
Who?
The Templars. I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you saw the Knights Templar?
I saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars. They're after something called the Sword of Baphomet. The bogus doctor was there, the guy who killed Marquet. The manuscript is the key, just as we thought. It shows the way to the broken sword, whatever that is.
And how does the assassin fit into all this?
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, they're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see? Plantar was one of them. The assassin killed him for the manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes.
So, how do they hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They said something about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's gone to Syria, but they didn't seem to realize the significance of the very site of their meeting. You see, after they'd gone, I discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria.
Then the Neo-Templars are ahead of us. Klausner beat me to it.
You're not thinking of going there yourself, are you?
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
Okay. What about the tripod?
I'll send it back to Andre, anonymously.
Would you like this juggling ball?
Have you been drinking, Georges?
No, why?
Because you're talking crap.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
No, na manuskriptu toho asi moc neuvidíme. Přesně jak jsem předpokládal. Ale vypadá to teda, že se vydáme do Maribu. Je to
Do you
tak?
think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, Georges.
Každopádně Můžeme do jo, ano, do vily té španělské rodiny a můžeme do Maribu. Něco mi říká, že bychom se měli zastavit napřed sem.
I didn't want to mess with the building. I didn't want to mess with the building. Rats. It's locked.
Kdo by to byl řek? No, asi se půjdeme vyptat zahradníka, potažmo se zkusíme dostat do vily, pokud tady ještě potkáme někoho, kdo má nějakou návaznost na starobylý rod, kvůli kterému jsme tady, který by mohl něco vědět z historie toho, co hledáme. Myslím si, že zahradník to asi zrovna úplně nebude, ale třeba bude vědět, jak do altánu anebo do domu, pokud to nepůjde jít do domu. Vypadá to, že asi půjde. Ale jelikož vidím zahradníkovo hadici, tak asi nebude úplně jednoduchý se tady někam dostat a nejspíš budeme muset zase použít nějakou šibalskou lest. Zkusíme jít bez skrupulí dovnitř. Myslím si, že to nebude tak jednoduchý.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Zkusíme se od něj něco málo dozvědět.
Hi. Is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Hraběnka.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh, yeah? They might have, might they?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? There's a funny story about how I got this ball.
I don't want to hear it.
I don't suppose this red nose means anything to you, does it?
Ha! El flojo!
El who?
El Flojo. He is a clown on state television.
Oh, is he any good?
He is as funny as scabies, without the laughs.
Do you recognize this man?
No,
This lab pass mean anything to you?
nothing.
Do you know what this is?
See, I have a similar tool for opening culverts on the estate.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
I don't smoke.
Have you got any use for a fistful of plaster?
No.
What do you make of this?
So that's it. You're a salesman.
If I was hawking medical supplies, I can think of better places to hawk 'em. Look at this tissue.
It's a tissue with some greasy muck on it.
Yes, that's right. Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
Okay. Well, I'll see you around.
Adios.
It was then I realized I'd left home without my pocket siege engine.
No po žebříku tam přece nepolesu. A to vypadá, že to je dům přilepený na nějaký hodně starobylý sídlo. Musíme mu tady trošku podsuchat teda hadici, přesně jak jsme předpokládali, s tímhle člověkem tady jako moc diskuzí udělat nejde. Tak půjdeme na to podlým způsobem à la George.
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
No to nemusíš vláčet. Přiškrtíme jí.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it? See, you.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Tak a teď nevím jako co. Já jsem si tu uložil a nevím, jestli to mám zkusit. Jestli třeba s nějakýma psama tady jako neblafuje. Jdem to zkusit. Snad nebudu litovat. Tam jsou fakt psy.
I hid behind the armor and waited for developments.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
Tak co teď? Nahoru? Nebo sem?
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
Thank you. I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago, and as for the De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me.
No,
Lopez,
trošku,
unlock the door, por favor.
trošku nelehké situaci se nachází George.
This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh.
Come with me.
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
No, možná tak dobře.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Tak jo, radši safe.
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
You certainly know your history.
What's your opinion of the Templars, Senor Stobart?
The Templars? Well, they seem no worse than a lot of the knightly orders.
You are mistaken. Compared to the simpering politicians of the Hospitallers or the brutish Teutonics, the Knights Templar were the embodiment of chivalry. The filthy, money-grabbing French king and his pet pope did a great wrong. A bane settled upon my family at the whim of that self-seeking tyrant.
It was all a long time ago.
Some things don't die. Injustice is one of them.
Okay, thanks.
Not at all.
I wasn't about to start heaving at sarcophagus lids with the Countess standing there. I wasn't about to start... On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey! It's a checkerboard! Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle.
Hraběnčiny šachy budou důležitý. A o co víc, bude důležitá nejspíš i ta chybějící figurka.
Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass over a some of the... Would you tell me something?
What do you want to know?
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5. 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the De Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard? Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart, you cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set! Oh, damn the game! Now hurry!
Babča se rozjela.
Oh my, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos. Is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again. Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
To mám hrát šachy?
No. No way. No.
Vypadá, že červený figurky se hýbat nemůžou.
No. That is...
Nějak, ale jako úplně nevím, co jsou ty figurky zač.
That...
může jít.
No way.
Jsem je proházel.
That...
Uh, uh, hmm. Hmm. Uh, Maybe not. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Uh, hmm.
Trošku hledám souvislosti. Ale uniká mi premisa toho, jak to má být. Vidím krále, že je na žlutým, zkoušel jsem ho dát na žlutý i do stejné řady. To mně nefunguje.
Hmm. Hmm.
A evidentně nejdou dát ani do řady.
No. That is not a good idea. Maybe not.
Tak teď fakt netuším. Nejsem teda žádnej šachový mistr, ale... Teda, přátelé, řekněte mi spojitost. Protože já fakt nevím. Král jsem, král mezi ně, ne. Teda absolutně nevím, fakt nevím. Naskoušet všechno na všechno bude asi průser, ale mě fakt nic nenapadá, přátelé. Jakože absolutně mě nic nenapadá. Vidíme tady takhle do 3, červená, červená, červená. I kdybych to chtěl dodržet, tak tady vidím ty biskupy, že jsou bílá, červená, takže jestli by to mělo být na přeskáčku. Dobře, když by to mělo být na přeskáčku, tak on bude tady. A král by měl být na červený. Tady, nebo tady. Ne. Ty figurky se evidentně můžou pohybovat jenom tady.
That... No.
Bohužel opravdu nechápu vztah k těm ostatním figurkám. Vůbec nemůžu jako přijít na to, co se mi tady snaží ta partie říct, kde by měli stát, jestli mají být 3 vedle sebe, nebo uzavírat nějaký kruh. Absolutně nemám páru. Vůbec tu souvztažnost jako nedokážu najít. Ani že by to bylo třeba ob jednoho. Zkrátka nic.
Maybe not.
A vypadá to prostě, že můžeme hýbat opravdu jenom s těma 3 figurkama. Nic dalšího tady prostě dělat nemůžu. zajímavá zapeklitá situace, kterou nejspíš úplně nepřijdu. Hlavně se z té minihry vůbec nedá odejít. Nedá se nic přidat, prostě je to jenom o tom posunout tady ty figurky.
No way.
Nejdou ani otočit. Přátelé, tadyhle tu zapeklitou věc si nejspíš necháme do dalšího let's playe, protože se přizná bez mučení, že tohle bych tady asi teďko řešil ještě dlouho. A fakt se mi docela jako příčí udělat systém všechno na všechno. Ale asi to jinak nedopadne. Protože fakt jako nedokážu najít vztah mezi tím, co tady už jako na té šachovnici je položený, s tím, co já na ní mám položit. Takže tahle partie mě teda absolutně nedává smysl. A vůbec nevím, co s tím. Takže loučíme se v takovou pitomou chvíli, ale v dalším let's play tohle rozlouskneme.